So drones are not only super fun to play with and shoot awesome footage with, they're also a really useful tool to make some money on the side with. And today I'm going to give you 10 ideas that you can think about to start making some money with your own drone. By the way, this list of ideas is by no means complete or comprehensive. It's just like the first 10 most common things that you should start thinking about if you want to make some money with your drone. And it's also just an overview. I'm planning to make a video about each one of those ideas where I share a little bit more about my experience and also give you some more tips on how to get started and how to approach those drone money-making ideas. So if you want to know more about that, you know what to do. Click the subscribe button, and also let me know in the comments down below like which one of those ideas are most interesting to you, so then I can focus more on making those videos first. But for now, let's go through the list of 10. So idea number 1 is to do this kind of stuff, like do a YouTube channel, right? And I think there's two approaches to it. One is where you really just get your drone and you capture awesome footage. Maybe you travel a lot, maybe you live somewhere really beautiful, and you have this unique opportunity to just constantly capture really interesting footage, and then you just compile them into little YouTube videos, you edit it to the beat, and you kind of like grow your YouTube channel and grow an audience that way. And then the other way is to like kind of do what I'm doing. Well, actually I'm doing a mixture of both, but like you get a camera and like you get a microphone and like you talk to the camera and you teach people like how to fly a drone or like how to edit your videos or all sorts of other things, whatever it is that you're most passionate about and that you want to talk about. So idea number 2 is kind of the same but more like photo focused, to start an Instagram channel, right? And you can become really popular on Instagram, and also if video is more your thing, now there's Instagram TV and the Instagram Reels, and then of course now there's also TikTok, so you can stick with video if you wish, but then leverage those platforms. And it's slightly different than YouTube, because YouTube is more, don't want to say full-length content, but rather, versus like Instagram and TikTok, like they're really short, like 20 seconds and 60-second max kind of thing. So it's different types of content that you would make for those types of platforms. Now, tip number 3, which is kind of like an overarching idea for most of these ideas, is affiliate marketing. So once you have your YouTube channel or an Instagram account or some of the other ideas that I'm about to talk about, affiliate marketing is kind of the underlying driver that actually makes you money. So you would sign up with one of the major affiliate marketing programs like Best Buy or Walmart, or obviously the most common one, Amazon. And then you post little links underneath your videos, or with Instagram it's a little bit tricky. But then whenever people click on your links and they purchase something through that link, then you'll make a little bit of money. And the bigger the audience, the more clicks you get, the more likely purchases you'll get, and there you go, you make money. Now, tip number 4 is to do a blog, right? And then have the affiliate marketing that I just talked about throughout your entire blog. So instead of like making videos or making photos for Instagram and or YouTube, you would just have a blog where you like review drone products, or where you write about where to fly your drone, or whatever it is that you're really passionate about in the field of drones. You could just blog about it and then spread affiliate marketing links throughout your blog, and then people will read your content, enjoy your content, keep coming to your blog, and then ultimately click some of those links and make money. So tip number 5 is stock photography. So if you're really good and really passionate about photos, and you got your composition right, and you're good at photo editing, then you can sign up with these major stock photography platforms. Just to name a few, there's Shutterstock, there's iStock Photo, there's Adobe Stock, there's Pexel, there's plenty, there's others, right? And you just sign up with those and you upload your photos, and then when marketing agencies and web design companies and whoever else need some of your aerial footage, then they'll buy that photo and you get some money. Well, you'll pay a commission to the platform that ranges between 20 and 33 or 35% or so, but it's a very easy way to just follow your passion, take awesome photographs with your drone, and then sell those photos online. And then on that note is tip number 6, which is stock videography. Depends on who you are and where your passion lies. May be a little bit harder because there's generally more to learn about videography and getting smooth video content that actually sells and that's actually needed in the marketplace. But could also be more lucrative. For example, a 10-second clip that's shot in the 4K resolution could range anywhere between $35 to $300. So it really depends on where you sell, what the footage is of, and what the resolution is. You can make some really good money there. But for both of them, stock photography and stock videography, you really need high quality content. But also you need a lot. So if you upload 150 videos, which might sound like a lot, or 150 5 to 10-second clips, the likelihood that you're gonna see consistent sales is almost next to zero. So you really have to put out a lot of clips. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, tip number 7 is photography services. So if you already have some sort of online presence, even easier, then you can add your services to your website or your blog, or you could otherwise advertise it on Facebook and wherever else. But the idea is that you get hired by, let's say, local real estate agents who need some additional aerial photos of a house that they're trying to sell. So then they could hire you between $50 and $150 an hour, and then you just show up, you take some photos, you do a little bit of editing, and you give them to the real estate agent, and ideally he gets the word out to other real estate agents, and so forth, and then you have a little photography drone business. And then on that note, tip number 8 is doing the same thing with video. So with video, I think it's even more complicated because in most instances you would probably want to combine that with some like on-the-ground footage and some more detailed shots. So in that case, you would have to learn like videography with like a DSLR and maybe even operate a gimbal, and then learn some lighting and then get more involved. But then you can make some really cool trailers for either real estate or luxury boats, and like do little 60-second, maybe 100-second clips of those items, those objects that people want to sell. Or you could have little like intros or trailers for little businesses. If there's a cafe opening up by the waterfront, you could offer your services to them and make a little intro, again with some like on the ground footage where people like pouring drinks, and like some aerial drone footage that also shows like where that cafe is. And then you could sell a little trailer to that business and make your money that way. Again, probably a higher learning curve and a lot more for you to actually do. Okay, and then tip number 9, since we're on the notion of services, you could offer your drone inspection services. For example, again, real estate agents or other contractors who need to get a roof inspected. And before sending somebody up there with a crane or a ladder, which is usually very expensive, they could hire you. You just take your drone up there, you take some initial photography and some videos so they can understand the situation on top of the roof and see if they need to do further work there. Or if you're in a more rural area and there's a lot of farmers around you, they might have a need for you to cover large areas in a short amount of time to inspect their land. Those are just some ideas. Okay, and tip number 10, which I personally haven't done, but I'm really excited to get onto with at some point, is to make a little physical drone accessory products and sell them on platforms like Etsy. For example, when you're flying outside, you buy these little sunshades for like $6.95 on Amazon or so. But like I usually really like to fly with my big ass 12.9 iPad Pro here, and they don't really make sunshades for that size. Not quite sure why, but they don't. So one idea would be to make one in whatever way you seem fit, and then sell those products on Etsy. And I think it's a really good starting point because if you're a passionate drone pilot, you would know what you want and what would make your flying experience better. And also, if you can't find it anywhere on the market, at least on the US market, then the chances are pretty high that there's other people who would also like to have that kind of product. And then additionally, if you do some of the other ideas as well, then you already have an audience that you could potentially sell these products to. So these are my 10 ideas. None of them are really better than others. Just before I start my series of making videos about each one of those ideas, I just want to let you know that one tip that I can give you on the way is really that you shouldn't try to do them all at once, right? I would really pick one or maybe two and just focus on those, but trying to take on too many right off the bat is gonna be too much, and you're gonna be focusing less on actual drone flying and more on like, how do I start a YouTube channel and how does affiliate marketing work, and also how does Instagram work again? Like, then you just get into a loop of like having to learn too many things. So yeah, my one tip for you would be to not do too many things all at once. And then I have one final tip, number 11. It's kind of like a secret tip, not really secret, but you could forget about all of these things and just get really good at drone flying. You would have to have some sort of portfolio, but then you could like aspire to become like a Hollywood drone pilot. I mean, obviously there's gonna be more and more need and more sophisticated technology. So if you stay on top of that and you become a really good drone pilot and you have an amazing portfolio of just fantastic shots and clips and compiled videos, and you live in the area or there's other production companies where you live, then you could get yourself a really cool career. Obviously, that would have the longest trajectory and would take the most amount of effort and would not pay off in the meantime until you actually get hired. So just to keep in mind, but I think that's always food for thought. I hope the rest was also insightful, and if you want to hear more about all of these ideas, I'll shoot a video each week for the next 10 weeks where I go into more detail about my experience and how I started doing this kind of stuff and what my approach was, and also what I would do differently if I would do it all over again. So if you're interested in that, well, you know what to do. Click the little subscribe button, but also let me know in the comments like which one is more important or more interesting to you, so then I can just focus on making those videos first. Now, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in one of those videos next week.